I'm Austin Thompson, 28 years old, from Maricopa, Arizona. I moved from Colorado, where I was stationed in 4th Infantry Division, and prior to that was in the 173rd Airborne Brigade in Vicenza, Italy. I started riding dirt bikes when I was 5 years old. Didn't take it too serious till after my deployment in 2018. From there, I started racing 450 intermediate and 25 plus open. I like the KX 450 because mainly just the handling. That was the first thing I noticed. Coming off of a 2019 Sierra 450, that bike was very busy up front. It was very hard to set up. It took me weeks to try and get a good setting for just one track. After I got on the KX 450, I didn't touch the clickers, and immediately when I got on it, everything handled amazing. I had a little bit of a front end push at first, so when I pulled off the track, I went up 2 clickers, and that fixed the problem immediately. So from the handling, even the suspension in the rough areas where I usually would have to let off and be kind of timid, I just blew right through it on the Kawasaki. It felt like there was nothing there. You of course feel the bumps, but nowhere near how rigid the Honda was. Coming into the cornering, it's a center steering bike. Before this, the Kawasaki's were always a rear end steering bike, and I couldn't ride it too well. This year, starting with the 2019, I could just lay in the corners and have that front end bite and be confident through the rut. And with the power, the Honda was so on off, and it created a hard time for me, especially during a race or towards the end of the day when the track got rough. On the Kawasaki, it had such a smooth power band, especially coming from the bottom. You can roll through the turns without any issues, and those are the reasons why I really feel comfortable on the KX 450. Biggest reason why I race is just the adrenaline, just how much focus goes into it. While you're racing, you don't think about anything else, and that's even riding in general. And it's just that freedom, and it's an individual sport, so everything relies on you. So all the training and preparation, it boils down to if you did the right things at the right time. Why I feel motocross is good for veterans, there's several reasons. Being a veteran myself, have been deployed and also been in an airborne unit, there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of adrenaline, even just in an airborne unit if you weren't deployed. And racing motocross gives you that huge adrenaline rush, and it's very physically demanding. Being a veteran, getting out, sometimes you miss that excitement, you miss that adrenaline, and once you hop on a dirt bike, it's all right there. I give examples to people all the time. For example, if you were airborne qualified like I was, it's similar to a start of a race. You don't really know what's going to happen at that first turn when you race. It's the same thing when you jump out of an airplane. You really don't know how that exit's going to be. And as soon as you exit and have a solid exit, it's like a breath of fresh air. All right, same thing with a start. On the start, you don't know what's going to happen at that first turn. So your jitters, your nervousness, you're excited. And as soon as that gate drops, you hit that first corner, then it's a breath of fresh air. And that's how I relate it to a lot of guys that got out of the Army or even deployed. My first deployment, only deployment, your first patrol, you don't know what's gonna happen. You're nervous, but you're excited. It's all new. And same thing with the start. Like I said, you don't know what's gonna happen on that first turn. You can do 1,000 races and they're all gonna be different. So leaning into even PTSD. People struggle with PTSD a lot. And for me, what I notice is racing motocross, whenever that's even riding dirt bikes in general, all you're thinking about is riding. Whether you're cornering, whether you're going through the desert, trying to watch out for certain terrain, that's all that matters. And sometimes people need that break. Their mind tends to wander a lot. And once they get on a bike, like I said, it's nothing else matters but you on that bike. And I really think that's very therapeutic for a lot of people with PTSD, or even without PTSD, just to give you that break, what I believe is the best therapy for it.
But